Hi, I'm Jim Harsch with Mountain Town Realty Group, and this is a snapshot of the historic buildings on Main Street, Park City, Utah. The Dewey Theater is now the Egyptian, and it collapsed under heavy snow in 1916. The existing building was rebuilt in 1926. The Royal Hotel, now Grappa, was built in 1926 as a boarding house. Miners paid $40 per month room and board. The First National Bank was built by millionaire Thomas Kearns right after the Great Fire of 1898. The Durkin boarding house was also known as Centennial. Built as a result of the boarding house bill in 1901, rent was $1 a day. The Bogan boarding house was also known as the Imperial Hotel and built in 1904. It is now a single-family home listed for $4.5 million. The Miners Hall Parlor House was built pre-1900 and is a typical temporary house for mining families. Frank Andrew Furniture was built in the fall of 1898 and was so packed that they had to hang chairs from the ceiling on hooks. The Orange Blossom Confectionery was built in 1898 and has a stamped metal facade. The Grand Opera House, is now Chimayo, was destroyed in the Great Fire of 1898, but was rebuilt as a clothing store in 1901. The American Hotel is where the Great Fire of 1898 started on June 19, 1898. The Oak Saloon was established in 1902, and this building was constructed in 1922. The Oak Saloon was held up in 1910 by Kid Parker for $600. The historic City Hall and Territorial Jail was built in 1885. It is the oldest existing building on Main Street. The public library is now the Park City Museum and was built in 1898 and became the Horseshoe Bar and then the library in 1919. The Archer Mortuary was owned by Jimmy Flynn, who was an undertaker during Prohibition. He was known to drive to Wyoming and fill caskets with whiskey. The Park Tavern is now Red Banjo. It was one of 22 downtown saloons before Prohibition. Upper Pop Jenks was a photography studio and during the Depression was turned into a soda fountain and then later a cafe. The War Veterans Memorial Building was built in 1939 to honor Spanish-American War and World War I. Hodgkin's Jewelry Store was owned by Vivian Carey Hodgkin in 1914. The Dudler Building was the first brewery in town in 1878 with the saloon built in 1892. Mrs. Field's Cookie College was here in the 1980s. The New Park Hotel, now Claim Jumper, was the showplace of Park City when the brick building was built in 1913. The Alamo Saloon is now the No Name and was the Utah Independent Telephone Company and was built in 1905. The Rocky Mountain Bell Telephone and Telegraph was designed by Richard Kletting in 1898 and also designed the Utah State Capitol Building. Smith and Brim was on the local grocer at the time. The store is recreated inside the Park City Museum. The Union Pacific Depot was built in 1886 and operated for 90 years. In 1985, it was destroyed by fire and rebuilt as Robert Redford's Zoom restaurant. For more information and the best in Park City real estate, you can check out the entire MLS for free by clicking on the link below, or visit our website, or just give us a call. Thank you for watching.